Hello and welcome to a quick look. Me, Game of 6 of another furry visual novel. This one, Endless Labyrinth of the Night of Night Roads. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. That's pretty much it. They don't seem to have a Discord. Also, this game seems to be just an hour long since they said, hey, there's 2 chapters and each are about half-hour long. So I might just go all the way through it. Boop. Chapter uno, I think? Oh, wait, is there? Okay. Just want to be sure. So this game is about... I guess we could look at it, or there's a cutscene actually. Guy can go wherever and he's transporting stuff, but he's gonna come home. Well, that quick cutscene plays out, I guess. It's a short, very furry visual novel centers on relationships between our main lead and various folks in his life. He's a drifter, delivery man that can travel the world through a network of portals. From lonely peaks to bustling valleys, he's seen it all. Okay, well, come home. I guess I click somewhere? Okay. I just didn't want to click, like, off. Also, oops, I think I got the wrong one of these guys, so let me switch me. There we go. A few years back, I wouldn't have thought I'd ever come back. Longing for life, I didn't have felt more natural than living my own. In a way, I got what I deserved, minus the romanticism of teen years, of course. It do be like that. Nowadays, I look back in those days with a strange sense of nostalgia. 3 donuts, 2 cups of bubble tea, and ring. Old Coyote Diner. How can I help you? Having a nice night shift, birthday girl? Jeremie, where are you calling from? I have to say, they did say it was visual novel intense, and this isn't, maybe not intense, but centric, and it's like, yeah, this is pretty centric. Oh, you know. Some gas station near the Anatolian countryside, heading home. Can't miss an opportunity to give my big sis a funky present from some local shop no one's heard about. It do be like that. Heh, of course you do. Think you'll be able to get here before the end of the day? Might turn it down just a smidge. Something tells me I'll be able to. From here, I can take the 57th Highway Road to save some time before the main path. It's the equivalent of about 300 kilometers in less than 15 minutes. And mark my words, I'm dead tired from longer ones. You really need a rest for a bit. You've been taking a big gig right after another for what, 2 to 3 months now? Speaking of, I'm gonna do so. I'm taking a little vacation for a couple of weeks, collect some thoughts and such. Just please, when showcasing your so-called collection, give me a warning beforehand, and at least make some coffee, so you don't go killing your throat by talking for hours without seemingly end. Huh, you don't say. Actually, wait just a second. I'm just about to order some. You do remember that I'm at work, right? I can't spend the rest of my shift chatting on the phone. Jeremie? For Wolf's sake. Ding. 1 second. Sorry to keep you waiting. What would you like to... Can I have some coffee? Come here. Oh. Wow, every time I see you, your neck gets fluffier and fluffier. Well, you know how it is. For someone as young as me alongside the drifters, neck fluff makes me seem older. Yeah, it sure does. I don't. Ouch. Sorry, little static electricity after Twilight Highway. It's alright. Hey, but as much as I'm excited to see you. You must be tired after the road, and I still have about an hour before the end of the shift. It might be better for you to go without me. Well, you're only partially right. But on top of being tired, I'm also ravenous. It seems a bit loud for me, so I'm going to put it down just a tad bit more. There we go. Maybe just a tad bit more. Look at them eyes. Look at those eyes. This place is apple pie, as good as it used to be, or is? Sure is. Then I'll have it. And some tea. Not coffee? I swear, if I drink any caffeine today, I'll start moving at the speed of light. Okay, I'll hide the coffee pot. Much appreciated. Feels like we were hanging out here in our teens just yesterday. You all moody and all, oh no, college preparations, teen stuff things. What was I even into back then? Boys. Music, plants, musical plants? Oh, I mean, yeah, but then all the school stuff didn't really give me much opportunity for those. With maybe a exception of musical class, but you know how it is. Yep, school, the soul sucker that kills passion. Oh, the background's moving too. I was like, wait, what? That kills passion towards anything it tries to teach you. What's that I hear? Cynicism? Has this place reminds you about your dark ages? I guess kinda. Let's see if I can move the dialogue just a bit slower. I'm not sure if it does. Yeah, there we go. I guess kinda. I still have those petty frustrations of old, but I'm starting to see the value of all the memories I have of this little town. Hanging out at night in this very diner with Mike, and being amazed by the conquerors of the Twilight Highway. At the last breaths of a legendary generation. Now, I'm close to being one of them than I've ever been before, and yet it's still hard to imagine how exciting I must have been to truly explore such a mysterious place. Nowadays, we're just glorified delivery boys, opportunistic travelers, and silhouettes of past spirits? Is that how you spell that? Hey, stop undermining yourself so much. The majority of us live our entire lives never traveling through it even once, be it because of our own safety, concerns, or just because of having no means to. Meanwhile, you have the entire world in your hands. Say that to car maintenance prices. My point stands. Oh, excuse me. Looks like I have to work a bit. I'm kinda hungry for that. Probably should get myself some more coffee. A resident sad boy? Jeez. I did not give these people permission to put me in this video game. Seems like you caught some attention from a lovely couple at your old table. If interested, give a call to my friends, a whole lot of numbers, or me, a whole lot of numbers. Kind of reminds me of, I think, some kind of meme where it's like, hey, my friend was interested in you, but also if you're gay, call this number. They are DTF. Hey Cass, can you give me a pen? Here you go. Sorry. Nope. Damn, it do be like that. Can't say I've ever had that happen to me. I've done it to like 2 people and given a number to somebody directly once. But yeah. Since when did you become such a heartbreaker? I have better things to do than indulging a pair of rom-com caricatures and one-night stands. My preference for this night is more of a quiet and peaceful one, without flirting at that. But yeah, hope they weren't really upset. Heh, don't worry. It's far from the first time I've seen Chloe and Brandon being turned away by a drifter. You're not even the first one this week. Their names sound a bit familiar. No wonder. You were classmates for the last few years of school. Were we? Oh, damn. You really don't remember. My memory of those times is hazy. A lot of frustration and overall teen energy. I was basically a different person back then, and do be like that. Definitely, at least in terms of looks. No wonder Chloe and Brandon didn't recognize you. I thought that everyone from class either moved out of the town or gone to uni. Well, almost. I heard that at least some of them work at the old greenhouse. Nice job. Lover, comfy home? Nice job, lover, I don't know. Everything one needs for a nice life. Oh, that somebody had a lover. Is that so? Hey, they come here pretty often. You might not believe it, but sometimes their little couple's charm gets the better of folks. Yeah, I guess I'm just not really a flirty guy. There's no such thing as a flirty guy. Pretty sure there is. Then, not tonight. I'm stealing flirty guy from the worldwide vocabulary. What are you even talking about? Heh, you know, me and Terry met in a kind of similar way. They weren't a frequent visitor here, but they popped up from time to time, mostly near the end of my shift. One morning, they came to have some pie and coffee. We chatted for a while, and before noticing that it was time for them to go off on their daily routine, they gave me their number to meet up a bit later and have some coffee. Neither of us understood that we were kind of on a date before the very end of it. The rest is history. Have you decided on a date? Are they getting married? Not really. We only know that we have it out in the open, near the sea. It must be nice being in a relationship. Marriage was never something I had in mind going into this relationship, but somehow we ended up here. Can't complain. Pie. And here's your pie. It's precious. Just like the ones that Quentin baked. Oh wait, is this a choice? I don't know. Speaking of stuff that sometimes can be too sweet for its own good. Say, how long has it been since you visited Whispering Peaks? Let's just maybe see if it's... Okay, I'm clicking on the areas, but that is... Okay, I guess it's a choice thing. Pie. Just like the one named Quint baked after we harvested some of the early apples at the farm and a bit further down away from town. Oh right, you tried to do that trick you saw on TV where you play on the leaf. Perfect combination of plants and music. You've gotten any better since then? Well, you see... Yeah? Okay, let me try to get it right now, and you'll see for yourself. Cough gulp. Let's never talk about it again. I hope no one saw me doing that. This was delicious. Jesse, my savior. Or Jesse. Yeah, Jesse. Yeah. You're free from the nocturnal trap of yours? For another couple of days, milady. Have a nice birthday, and send my greetings to the connoisseur's pair of ears? Terry complimented a few of your band songs, but don't feel like a rock star just yet. What about in two more songs? Make it albums, and we'll see. Fair enough. Okay, Jer, let's get going. Wait, he's your brother? He's her brother? Is it too late to ask that now? You realize you said that out loud, right? My question stands. You know, don't think I've taken a ride in this car ever since you finished fixing it, back when you were in high school. You sure? I could have sworn that you'd done it at least once. Nope. Well, I guess then you can count yourself lucky. The stars aligned just right for today's birthday go. Oh shoot, before I forget. Here's a little something for you. Let me guess, it's another comic you want me to read. Not quite. You know, you've been... Yeah, it's an orc arena. I know you've been wanting one for a while, and it's hard to find this specific version around here for a good price, so I found it where they're making them custom at that. I know it might be a bit cheesy, but it's amazing. Damn, I'm such a mess. Hey, your brother gifted you a piece of clay. Who wouldn't cry? Oh, shut up. Did the Orc Arena was added? Not sure. I'll have to check. Ooh, it's coffee now. It's Orc Arena. I still ask myself sometimes, how did you do it? Grow up, I mean. Did I, though? Jer, you're my younger brother, and yet I feel as I'm the youngest of the two of us. You grew up so quickly, not even out of school, and already trying your best to get into the Drifters. Meanwhile, I just stayed here, failing the uni application twice in a row, having no idea what to do with my life. It do be like that. And now you're marrying. Staying here gave you opportunities to relax and find out who you are and what you actually want from life. Damn it, I wanted a game about cute wolves, not one about marriage and what you're gonna do in life. Why do so many games about slices of life have to have life in them? I had a dream, a goal. As long as I can remember, I wanted to leave this town. Become one of the legendary conquerors of the Twilight Highway. To explore the world. And I kinda did, not in its entirety, and in a bit of a different context, but still. As time marches on, I can't keep thinking what comes next. Maybe my drive towards a somewhat childish dream was so strong that I never had opportunities to explore other parts of myself. I love the feeling of going down rainy night roads, but who knows? Maybe there's potential in me for something else? Art, cooking, high record holding in every specific arcade, romance. Sorry, I didn't realize I said that out loud. It's alright. I don't know. Maybe? It's not like I am against the concept itself, but so often it feels so forced. Not so much a connection with a certain someone, but rather a notion of you need to have someone in your life to be happy. It pushed me to try dating folks I had nothing in common with back in high school, feeling that there would be something that makes me whole, help me grow up. Basically spoiling the entire idea of romance itself. What you and Terry have is something that only two realized adults do. Me? Well, I need to figure out what I even want to do with my life in the first place before inviting someone to join its mess. You really think so? The realized adult part? Why wouldn't I? More often, I worry if the whole marriage idea is too optimistic to begin with. I love Terry. Meeting them was the best thing that happened to me in a very, very long time. Our daily life is something I can see continuing on for a very long time. But then again, How often does someone's first serious relationship last for long? What if I grow too comfortable with our petty little life together? Being able to adapt when time... Wait, unable to adapt when time will need me to. Have you talked about these feelings with Terry? Not really, no. I know. I'll get around to it. We all still have the rest of our lives to sort things out. However long it is. But hey, it's not like I won't have some help along the way, and the same goes for you. You can be sure that I'll help you organize every little detail in that cobweb-y mind of yours. Of course you will. Home sweet home. Wouldn't you say so? I'll take it as an offense that Quentin still hasn't taken my advice about changing the garage door to a chocolate one. Yeah, he seemingly inherited the mood's ruining, no-nonsense mentality from Dad. Oh, right. I guess it's really been some time since I last visited. Go rest. I'll move them to the side. No deal. I didn't say that I'd help you... Wait, didn't I say I would help you clean the mess? Is this supposed to be my mind? Why is there a marble frog statue inside a wheelless roller skate? Is this supposed to be... This is what you get for knowing me. Good night. Good morning. Sweet dreams. Oh, hey. Don't remember you writing that. Do you mind... You would be coming back to town. Wait. Don't remember you writing that you'd be back to town. Sometimes I read a sentence and I can do it, and then other times I just can't for some reason. You really think that I would miss Cassidy's birthday? Not to underestimate your care, but you missed at least 3 holidays in the last year or so. To be fair, only the lunar eclipse was a proper holiday. So, what's up? Some late-night cooking? Dinner. Woke up just about half an hour ago, having a meeting with the regional inspectors later today. So many texts. Father will most likely start to argue in favor of some inefficient traditional working method of his. I'll try to suggest alternatives that they probably won't listen to in favor of saving cash, so I won't have the time to eat, cause this is just how it is. Well, have a productive indulgence of endorphins with a bit of decorative greenery on top. I'll go hit the bed. You're not 11 anymore. It's time to stop your antagonistic history with green veggies. Going from being forced to eat by others to forcing myself to eat it isn't much of a character development, so sorry, pass. And that's a person who somehow ate half a lemon alone without any problems, just because he was bored. Miraculous. Cough, cough. End of chapter 1. Hey, you gonna be in town in the nearest week, by any chance? Would you like to be interested in reading some development commentary? Okay. Seems you're interested enough to check out what I have to say. I appreciate that. As the chapters try to be short, I'll be interested what you'll be interested about. I'll just read it in my head. Yeah. That comes around the time I started drawing my teen. Oh, Sad Wolves. They started a collection of prologues called Tales from the Nocturnal Realm. First tribune short 10-page prologue. 10-page. non-canon to the VN. Initially meant to be continued in the Engokai, felt restricted by the pacing and writing and wanted to present in a sci-fi on back burner. And I started working as an artist on VN called No More Future. Should probably add that to the list. Let me just do that now because I'm probably going to forget. No More Future VN. Because it's like, we should probably check it out. Oh yeah, is that one that was on the list? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. I'm not sure if someone suggests that. Interference with the main logic used to build a majority of VNs. I started experimenting and afterwards working. I started only working on 3 years ago, putting chapter on 8 months of development. Takes the majority of it being times in terms of recent and the time right world events, as if to say it lightly. I'm wondering if he's talking about the war or the, money or COVID. I didn't consider, in fact, you living in not the best places and one's moment of writing, still a country of sunflowers and wheat. I mean, look at country of sunflowers and wheat. Ukraine? Huh. Maybe. I mean, I put country of sunflowers and wheat, and it says, what country known for sunflowers? Ukraine. And, Ukraine's known for wheat, I guess. Saying this, I clear evidence is just going to be somewhat slower for the time being. Best case scenario chapter. So that chapter 2 might end up having some stuff need the time for just going along. Each chapter to be a little self-contained story. Or to it. Sorry for the reading yawns. Oh yeah, liked it back in the day, and remember good old days. Hopefully the person that made this is okay. I mean, I hope everybody in Ukraine's okay, but still, it's like, Inspiration is Night in the Woods and Firewatch. Oh yeah, Firewatch. Night in the Woods is the one where, you're the cat growing and jump around. Firewatch is the one where the main character escapes his life, and it's humans. It's not a visual novel. I mean, I guess Night in the Woods isn't really a visual novel. I mean, yeah, not really a visual novel. But, Firewatch is watch fire and, the main character talks about himself, and there's also the lady and the other thing, and then there's also the missing persons and stuff like that. A significant way on bunch of media comics. Large chunk of it makes superhero stuff. Storytelling. Mostly Scott Pilgrim series. I've never seen Scott Pilgrim. I can't particularly say I'd be interested in reading it because, I don't know. It's kind of mentally connected to somebody that I used to like and now just stuff. Yeah, the character, so the little story writing are technically coding, so it's the way. Now from Android. Oh, it's like who these people are. Source. Stress times of my life. Work in personal comics and good experience movements and that. Feel that practical writing has always been the weakest aspect of stories. Looking about it everywhere. Once again, realization, time your way. Thank you for farewell. See you next. Oh, okay. I guess we just click on chapter 2. Reset face. We got time. Leaves are turning golden. Autumn is reaching its peak. It takes me back to the days when we would wander these tracks. Me and the person who I was ready to take on the entire world with. Now, years later, There are worlds between the two of us, the distance of which alone is a hard thing to pin down. Good old Spot. Good old you. Who are you calling old, you grumpy weasel? So, do you need a helping hand or not? Using my weak leg to insult me? How low have you fallen, wondered protege? Learn from the best. Should I take that as a compliment? Old squeezer or old friend? Want some warm, cold tea? How could I refuse? Nice. Finished the first can on my way here. Didn't give a proper look at the flavor and grabbed an awful mango and mint. You'll definitely enjoy more than I would. Well, happy to drink your mishaps away. Man, it's good to see you in the flesh. It's been months. About 7, actually. Early spring? Remember when you were on vacation when I visited you in college for a couple of days? 3 times a year still seems to be a record when it comes to meetups, at least in the last half-decade. How have you been? Same as usual, going with the flow and stuff. I haven't messaged properly in weeks, so I decided to be the one to break the ice. I intended to message, but you know. Yeah, work and such. You're a busy fella. For someone who was good at math back in the days, you're missing a huge part of the equation. That being, you're no less busy than I am most of the time. Ha! And this is where you're wrong. I'm done with college. Say goodbye to needless lectures and stupendous amounts of my parents' spending. Wait, really? How come you didn't mention back during summer? All the paperwork and moving took a while. You were on your summer gig, so I didn't want to bother you. Moving? Don't tell me. You moved back into town? Yep. Like, back? More or less. Wow. Yep. Have been here for a bit more than a month now. Moved back with your old folks? Nah, remember the whole switching majors thing? Dude, you switched majors in the second year? Knowing them, it's hard to believe they haven't found out about it. What can I say? Old Leash isn't as strong as 1,000 kilometers away from home. Plus, I was lucky to have my seducer of a passion being through in the same campus as good old Builder of Walls. My seducer of a passion being... I don't know. Where are you staying then? Found a groovy little studio on the outskirts of the town center. Nice rent. Windows looking over the Instant Hawk, just a few minutes on foot away. Getting accustomed to small town life again smoothly, I would say. Though, have to admit, I miss those chicken nuggets in the college town. The sauce was amazing. Speaking of which, I should probably get Kane's chicken. Haven't had that in a hot minute. Where did you get cash for all of this? Video editing gigs here and there. Occasionally, actual photography work. Or, as much as I can do over here. Majority of it is just personal stuff. If back in the days you were to say to me that you would have grown a spine and become a photographer, I would. Gather all the teen angst you had and form the ultimate remark? Touché. Nostalgic, isn't it? Huh? The two of us hanging out, talking about life on the same tracks we used to as teens. It really is. It's been years, and the memories of school life become quite blurry, but I still remember those evenings we used to come back from your school on foot. Fridays were the best ones. My father would be at work until the morning, and my mother at her book club meeting. So we could drop the things at our place and head into town. Scavenge the market for something neat, like this very tape. You would reluctantly wait for me to finish going over the most recent comics and manga at Instant Hawk. Have to give some credit where it's due. I did get into manga after all. I knew sooner or later you'd have good enough taste to appreciate them. But comics still suck. Oh, come on. Okay, you don't need to like superhero stuff, but comics aren't only those. It's mostly those. We'll see if you change your mind in a couple of years. Don't even hope. And after a similar display of closed-mindedness, we would stay late into the night at Old Coyote's, watching over the last conquerors of Twilight Highway, stopping to take a break in our silent little town. I've been meaning to visit again at some point, though maybe one of these drifters. I thought maybe one of the drifters stopping there would be a familiar weasel face. Is he supposed to be a weasel? I thought he's a wolf. Well, I'm still gonna be in town for a couple of weeks. Why not pay a visit later? Just like the old days. Scenes transition. Oh right, forgot to turn off the cassette. Damn, player stuck again. Man, cassettes? That's just around the time I was born, I guess. Ah, eat it. Sorry for the muse above, but everyone's has their moment, and yours hasn't come yet. So, where were we? Dude, you alright? Yeah, just stumbled on a distant memory, as if to say, hey, don't you start running like that. My leg doesn't leave me with much opportunity to play catch-ups with you. I mean, it's not like I intended to wait for you. Oh, I guess this is them when they're younger? Because they do look younger. I still wonder how I even got there. A very lucky throw. How it or I? Boop boop. How it. Wish I could get some of that mythical luck myself. This week was one long, never-ending burnout. Yeah, should have waited a bit to fake sick leave as it seems. Own geezers are even more unbearable with exams and whatnot coming up. Oh, don't you even think to bail on me. If not for you and the twins, I would have gone insane by this point. Always my pleasure. Waking up, getting on the bus, getting to the additional course my folks signed me up for. Only to wait more than an hour for the main ones to start. To each of those egomaniacs drowning us in meaningless homework, forced us to suffer not only in that prison of theirs, but also at home. God, I know the feeling. Because like some of the stuff is like useful, like learning about it, but then others is like, okay, this homework is gonna take hours, and we get new homework every day or every other day. How are we supposed to do anything else, including homework, with this much homework? I should have stopped caring about this stupidity so much earlier. The whole system is outdated annoyance, eating up your precious youth. It do be like that. The road is more interconnected than it has ever been before. We have all this precious information in a well-presented form, where we can meet it with our own terms, not having to deal with the annoyance of some angry-at-life geezers. Remember, you will never have a cell phone in your pocket everywhere you... a calculator in your pocket everywhere you go. Lies! And yet, we're stuck here, going through this formality of life just because it's the way it's supposed to be. With 3 more years left to be burned away, what a life. You, at least, don't have the pleasure of being constantly tested by your family. Don't forget to sign off on school activities. It'll boost your resume when you're finishing school. Win a poetry contest, it'll give you more credits towards that subject this year. You don't have to understand what you're talking about. Only thing that matters is the score you get from it. And so on, and so on. Home feels like brainwashing camp ever since the start of middle school. Well, at least I have a prisoner buddy like you by my side. You know what they say. Misery loves company. So, the 3 years you mentioned, sure you won't take the escape route by the end of the year? Not like those 2 years would do you any good. With the straight Fs you get, it's not like you have that much to your name to interest unis. Oh no. Quentin insists that unless I have a concrete plan of action right after, he won't allow for it to happen. And it's not like I can just become a proper drifter. At least, not until I turn 18. Even with the lucky cards, my genes... True? Is being a drifter partially genetic or something? But I do have 3 planned qualification attempts scattered throughout the school year, so who knows? Regardless, I still have a decent amount of work to put in renovating Dad's old car before I can call her my own. Yeah, seems like our paths are set in stone. Are they, though? What, are you talking about doing a quick 180 and what? Becoming a park ranger? And live out your life among the tranquility of nature? Who knows? My dad thought he would spend his life as a fisherman at Uzubara Bay, but only to open a wood hatching firm in his late 20s. Life tends to be more than we think it would be. Wouldn't that be nice? So, if you didn't have to become an architect to please your parents, who would you be? What would you do? First of all, I try to draw something that isn't a building. I can already see your magnum opus. Stickman 3. Maybe I'll scribble down your real weasel face. Okay. Then what would you do? Wait, is she the weasel? Excuse me. Who would you be if not a drifter? I literally hit it. Pretty sure it's just nailed down there. Huh. Wonky. I prefer to take another kind of shot instead. Nice to see the legendary seducer of yours again. My beauty. I owe my entire current life to this thingy. Waited almost a year for it to go on sale. So wait, we're Mike. Yeah, we're Mike? No, wait, we're Jeremie. Okay, I don't know. How did you know that photography was the right thing? Right thing? You know. Right enough to risk a good relationship with your folks. Don't know, I just stumbled on it. Sometimes stuff just happens, and without even realizing it, changes everything. Though I did get some encouragement along the way. You did? Yeah. At first, it was my college roommate who was trying out filming equipment. It caught my attention, and they were awesome enough to suggest that I try it. Then, I remembered our peculiar thing. I love to buy new paints. What? Well, I was quite intrigued with trying to draw and stuff. So once I got into college, I did just that. But voila. It was quite underwhelming. 2 wolves eating an orange. And it's not even like I didn't improve at it, but I just didn't enjoy it. Partially because the years of all the practicing doing architecture schematics. And, of course, old, younger me didn't give it much thought back then and wrote it off as childish interests. But then, I was screwing around with my roomie's equipment. I remembered how it is to lay hands on new, funky tools. All these things you can experiment with. But yeah, perspective, lighting, composition, and so on is something I could have improved in if I would just invest more time into it. But without enjoyment, all that effort was just too tedious to feel rewarding. With photography, all that was so natural. I didn't have to spend hours rendering a texture or trying to nail down stupid hands. Stuff was already before me. Oh, maybe they're talking about... Didn't they say architecture? Maybe they're meaning like, or I'm misreading because I can't read, meaning like arts. Or, what is it? Digital design? It was so liberating, being myself in the stuff I do, or seeing myself. Well, look at me. Talking all pretentious, like some sort of critic announcing that art has kicked the bucket at the first sight of generic pop song getting to the charts. So, you won't say so giving up a read on one more superhero comic? Don't provoke me, weasel face. Transition scene. Finally, a place to take a break from all this walking. What? Can't even take another hour without wheels? Oh, shut up. Man, to be that lazy guy on the boat fishing. Been a while since I've seen this view. How do you think? Yeah, I had the same reaction when I saw them almost fall into the water. Voila! Good reaction time. Nice catch. Are you nuts? Who knows? This thing has so many thumbnail choices. And wait, how did you jump without your leg in the first place? Wait, with your leg in the first place. This little thingy helps. Why didn't you say about getting one back when I joked about it when we met? Maybe I just wanted to make you feel slightly superior to poor, old, crippled me. And besides, I broke it way back when I was a kiddo, learning to drive a bike. It's been with me my whole life. So wait, did they replace her foot, or is it like some kind of supported thing? Or his, I don't know. Can't rightly tell. Sometimes it's hard to say goodbye, even to one's own scars. But then again, the wound is still there, now with just dope armor. So you're old after all? Oh no, my poor old body can't withhold my own age. I'm not gonna catch you. It's not so unoriginal as to fall into the same river again. Again? Yeah, in middle school, late spring, you were literally there. You sure? You were the one who tried to catch me, like you just did. But, with much less success. Did you forget it? Sorry, it's hard to remember school. But it wasn't school, it was the two of us. Sorry. Don't stress about it. I guess it was almost a decade ago after all. Which is surreal to think about. Time flies. I guess so. That's time you, me and the twins, ... Spectres of the Swords, a comic about the cosmic dog. How about the twins? Sausages. Hey, remember that time you, me and the twins, took a ride to Izubara Bay and spent the entire evening grooving at a rock fest during winter vacation? How can I forget? That was the point they settled on their unusual fashion style. Just 2 quick wardrobe changes away from impersonating each other, a trickster duo of wannabe musicians on their way to become rock stars. When was the last time you've seen them in person? Back during graduation. Didn't they try to take roots in Izubara Bay nowadays? Kinda? They've been all over the place, here included. They were kinda quiet though, as of recently. Well, you know how it is with them. Either they're doing something interesting, or nothing at all. And as funky as performing at underground concerts is, one still needs cash if they want to afford living there. Apparently, someone forgot to tell that to them. They're adaptable. Nothing to pay rent with? Get the cheapest pair of tickets here, and the least time-consuming day job, and grind whatever album, space opera, interactive audio experience they're working on add to that moment until they have enough to pay rent for another couple of months there. Why not just put stuff on pause, find better jobs, and get back to stuff when they're more stable position? Kinda ironic to hear that coming from you. What's that supposed to mean? You're an artist, aren't you? Shouldn't you be the one to understand the romanticized passion of creativity, or whatever? Maybe once I've had enough cash to actually do what I want, but before then, save up, do a bunch of low production and improvisory stuff, puts myself on the map. It's a wonky balance. Do what I want, and what I have to. Hey, I'm always up to throw some cash towards a starving artist, if it helps you do stuff you want. Thanks. Maybe I'll take you to that world at your word someday. But right now, I need to figure out how to be financially independent. Not everyone can be an artistic nomad like the Noodle of Connolly. And Connolly. Noodle and Connolly? Are you talking about the twins, right? Yeah, it's their old nicknames. I guess it slipped past my memory. We've been using it for years. Huh. Listen, you sure that foggy memory is in no way related to, Twilight Highway? Oh, for wolf's sakes, yes. Yes, I am. You have no idea how often I get asked about Highway whatever whenever I bring up something even slightly related to health. And even then, I do regular medical checkups every few months, especially when it comes to heart conditions. Okay, just curious. You spend a lot of time there after all. Say that again, half a decade by this point. To think that, if not for some lucky draw of genes, I wouldn't be able to be a drifter until about now, counting training as such. Or maybe that's the thing where it's like, hey, people can't go into that midnight highway place unless they have the right genes or something. Which it's definitely one of those things you'd have to, work, where it's like, how would people do it? It's like, you send a bunch of people in there, a bunch of people get really sick, but then one person doesn't, and then they find out eventually, it's related to someone's genes. Synesthesia? What? Synesthesia. Apparently, it's something I have. Let's just see if that's actually a thing. Maybe not. synesthesia. The production of a sense of impression relating to one's sense or part of body by stimulation or other sense of a part of body. I don't know. That's what I have. The way it's described is an additional perception of a certain sense or something, like being able to smell colors. Oh! You can smell colors? Well, no. But one I have is sound to vision, so I guess the way I see stuff isn't the same as you do. Whoa. Wait, how would seeing sounds help you become a drifter? They basically reverse engineered the whole thing. When the Conqueror's generation was coming to this end, and THOR, or Twilight Highway Organization research started to firmly establish itself after the prolonged research. One of the first things they started to play around with was all the sound stuff, including the reaction of folks with sound-related conditions. Basically, the sounds that the highway makes indicates the speed at which one is supposed to traverse it. The better you are at attuning to those sounds, the faster you'll cross it. So, yeah, a better perception of the sounds turned out to be a huge plus when it comes to being a Dwifto. So, good indeed. That sound to vision synesthesia is one of the few exceptions towards becoming a drifter before turning 21. So, synesthesia. Seeing sounds. What a fascinating thing. Can't say much. Nothing compared to with... Don't worry. Bet that in a decade or two, we'll have some kind of filter that'll let me see what you do. Can already imagine taking a picture of sound. Ooh, that concept alone is so neat. Heh, what a joy to have a passion. Oh, come on. What, gonna tell me that you don't have anything similar? I mean, yeah, there is a whole Twilight Highway thing, but I doubt that it is as powerful as yours nowadays. Passion is passion. You just burned out. It do be like that. Sorry. Sometimes you read a visual novel and you're just like, fuck, man. Like, I like doing YouTube videos, and I love playing video games. But then sometimes, and I like working out. A couple weeks ago, when I worked out for the first time in over a month, it felt so fucking good. But then sometimes it's just like, you do this stuff, and you're just like, I don't know, man. It's hard to get out of bed. It's hard to, do a thing at some part of the day. That happens, especially if you make your living out of it. Speaking from experience. Dunno, maybe you're right. Nowadays, it's just become so mundane. Traveling across the entire world? Majority of the world. And even then, unless I already am in a different part of the network, I won't get an order to go outside the one I'm already in for a good while. Have to specifically ride to another one to keep things fresh. What a tragedy. Things would definitely be more interesting if your stupid college was located near one of them. A few days, both to you and back, was too much, especially with our never aligning schedules. Oh, who knows how things would have been if we had more opportunity to see each other. What if? All the wondering is just dust in the wind. As much as I'm bummed out because of it myself, let's not forget that I'm back in town. Now, it'll be much harder for you to find excuses not to hang out. Old, grumpy, old, weasel face. Huh, so it is. Well then, shall we go? Where? Let's grab a bite at the Instant Hawk. I'm starving. Besides, pretty sure you have to finish that can of tea by this point. It's been ages. Actually, let's go already. I was like, Instamart, that sounds weird, but it's also like, I guess like Coyote Donut or something from Night in the Woods. Cold tea chips. Cheese. Need anything else? Stupid little key rings. Hey, Jer? Yeah? Do you know The Twilight Stalker? Huh. Oh yeah, it came out a few months ago. Wasn't invested enough to give it a read. Our journey begins in distant past, near the birth of automobiles. Our hero, a biker skeptical of this new invention that took the fancy world of the rich by storm. Due to a loan, they had to take an opportunity given to them by a mysterious stranger proposing to test this new model of automobiles by traveling through the dangerous Twilight Highway, known for taking the lives of hundreds of fools who tried to traverse it before. After a failed test drive, they get stranded in the seemingly endless paths of the midnight highways for weeks, miraculously getting out of it only to find out they've traveled about 200 years into the future, into an age of conquerors of the Twilight Highway. Dude, this sounds like one heck of a story. And it seems like another story written by someone who has no idea about the inner workings of the Twilight Highway. To be fair, folks did get lost there, only to emerge years later, seemingly without aging one bit. Yes, but the longest time anyone's ever traveled with it, but as far as we know, is 37 years. That's still quite a long time. And even then, they spent more than a month with the means of transportation and a bunch of provisions. To think that someone could get stranded there only for a few weeks, to then travel 200 years on foot without even anything to eat? Dude, chill out. It's just a sci-fi crap that makes stuff interesting. And yet, some fellas actually believe in Twilight Highway myths. One of these stories should get an actual drifter, or even better, ex-conqueror for reference. What, like you? Pfft. And then again, what can you do? Just try to think how fantastical that place is. Dangerous, enigmatic, and the majority of what we know about it has come up only in recent decades. No wonder rumors would linger for so long. The dangerous part is mostly over-exaggerated. Believe me, when someone gets stranded there, the fail-safes do their job. More than that, mostly. I don't like that when. Majority of connection drifters used nowadays is stupidly safe. Stupendously safe. What do you mean by that? Regular contractors, like myself, don't even have access to the few routes that folks haven't already traveled through enough times. Unlike back in the Conqueror's days, nowadays, everything that is part of the infrastructure is mapped out and doesn't include any entrances connecting longer than a 4-hour jump west-east. Sorry, sometimes I need to read what they're saying even after I read it, because sometimes you just read the words. It's like that stupid thing that happens to people like myself, where you read a page or two and you're like, what did we read? Sorry, Brain and Eyes were doing it. Eyes was doing the thing, but Brain wasn't recording. Having a smaller limit, depending on the angle towards north-south directions, as there are the ones where people would get stranded. Somehow, you make it sound so much less interesting than it actually is. Welcome to my life, buddy. Transition. Oh no, buddy. Welcome to my life. Come on, come on. Sorry, I have to shake the key for a solid 20 seconds to make it work. And voila. Damn, nice. You made yourself feel at home quite fast. Well, thank you. As a guest, please, take the chair. I'll get around to making a good meal right away. Cheese sandwich. Bread, cheese, tomato, garlic, onions, and chicken, all combined to create the best creation of civilization. Enjoy my classic cheesy sandwich. Stop drilling me. Nice. I really should, at some point, make myself a damn good sandwich. You know, put some grilled cheese, like grilled stuff, some cheese, some egg, or maybe a watercress sandwich. That sounds great. Munch, munch, munch. Kind of surprised from anything kitchen like that you would have gotten. It was a sandwich grill. Bought it back during the first year of college. As nice as snacks at the campfire were, I need something more home-like. Your campus seemed like a cool place to live. Kind of surprised that you didn't find an apartment somewhere near it. Birds are as free as the strength of the wings that carry them. And, well, mine didn't carry me far from here. I lived there for 3 years, and through all that time, was never been able to find an apartment that wouldn't leave my wallet completely dry. So I came back here. Not like I needed to be there to do my job. What happened to that hopeful guy who wanted to escape this quiet little town? Didn't you hear what I said? Renting prices. I was talking about myself. Oh. Honestly, I don't understand why you didn't settle anywhere else in all these years. Well, I lived almost 2 years at the Drifter Academy, and then got a proper contract that included free room at the company hotels. But man, despite that, and all other perks that company contracts give, it was miserable. I thought I was stuck in some lucid dream or something. Woke up after exactly 7.5 hours sleep. Got a delivery order right away. Delivered. 5 minutes later, another one. And another one. And another one. And another one. And so on. And so on and so on. For 10 hours straight. 4.5 hours to get to the hotel, eat, shower, maybe read something, and then sleep. As handy as jumping over the entire world is, it also means that you never have any stable time zone, and therefore, the eggheads of the company research division decided for some reason 1 to 1.2 is a sane ratio of work to rest. So like, what? You spend 12 hours off? I mean, I guess at my thing, when I'm, working on a ship, I get like 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Unless they need more time, but I guess they're actually giving overtime now. Which would have been all nice and good if I wasn't, underpaid when I hurt my hand. Yep, I remember those 3 months. You barely wrote me back, even 2 times. But I'm not talking about hotel stays. Why didn't you rent a proper apartment? Pretty sure it's not the lack of cash, right? Nope, not money. Even with freelance contracts, I spend only about 1/4 to 1/3 of my monthly income on hotel rooms, food, car maintenance, and such. I don't know. After 2 years at the academy, I was over Orinthy. Even if I were to settle somewhere else, it would mean I would have to be stuck in that part of the connection network for most of my time. I already came back to town once a month at best, and I want to see my family more frequently, and now you too, of course. Why not take it a bit easier then? And do what exactly? As good as hanging out with you, and by my family, is you all have lives to go back to. Routines, work, All I do in between jobs, between the hangouts, is lay in my room, reading comics and such. Sounds groovy. And depressing. You have to learn how to properly chill. Just relax. And finally eat that damn sandwich. It's been getting cold in your very hand for who knows how long now. Yeah, sure. It's gonna be real hard to pick what one of these things I'm gonna use as a thumbnail. Just them eating sandwiches. But, you know, you don't have to drop all the neat parts of your drifter aside for that. At some point, I wouldn't mind joining you if you're up to traveling somewhere for a while. Why not take a ride now then? What? There's a Twilight Highway connection 5 minutes away from Old Coyotes. Would only take a few minutes to transverse. Shouldn't I prepare some kind of documents for that? Only a passport. You know what? Why not? Let's hit the road. I need to finish the sandwich first, though. Eat faster! Okay. Gonna get straight to the stuff, and then straight to the connection. Want to say hi to Cass and meet Terry? Is Quentin there right now? I guess I should. No, I would guess so. Then maybe some other time. The dude is a complete mood ruiner. Well, I'll send the lovebirds your greetings. Knock, knock. Mike? Yeah. Hi. Damn, these past 2 days have been just one unending grind. I came to see you after school, but your brother, in the most polite way possible for him, said that you weren't home. I passed. Has your sleep schedule gotten so bad? No, I didn't pass out. What? I mean that I passed the qualification. The evening before yesterday, I took the bus to Orthony. I guess this is in the past, I'm not sure. And when yesterday passed, I don't know how you get off these blocks. Anyways. And when yesterday passed, it with impressive results for 8 out of 12. Good. 3 out of 12. Acceptable for the last 1 of 12. Spent a day resting after coming back. Congrats, man. It's so sudden. Why didn't you tell me that you were going to qualify? I didn't want to jinx it. To be honest, I didn't think I would. Was thinking about it just as a practice run before taking another one during the summer. But now? What's gonna happen now? I enrolled into apprentice program. They're gonna send me some materials to go through before I'll basically become a second pilot of sorts after graduating. Observe and learn how proper drifters of different branches do their job until I hit 18. Wow, it's so sudden. I know. Sorry. What are you talking about? It's your dream. You're finally gonna leave this little town. And you? Hey, you have your own life to worry about. I'll manage. And after all, it's not like we're in an old movie. Letters aren't the only option. We can always message each other over whatever we want. And I'll be able to visit home from time to time. Not with my own car, though. Not gonna be allowed to freely use the Twilight Highway, all having an apprentice license, but still. Huh. I guess it's the end of an era, isn't it? I guess so. Wanna grab a piece of pie at Old Coyotes for old time's sake? Sure. You okay? Yeah, sorry. You? Seems like I'll have some plans for in a week or so. Of course you do. You're a busy fella. Oh, shut up. So, are you really doing it? Want to bail out on me? Not in your dreams. Boom. with a hexagonal car. Gonna get my cool guy glasses on. We're in the dark world. Dude, this was freaky. I was definitely talking about... Wait, I was talking, but all I heard was static. Ouch, speaking of static. Itsuichi, Mr. Electric Teriyaki? Why am I the only one infected, though? See this thingy? Why would you... Wait, why do you think I wear it? It absorbs most of the electricity. You couldn't have given me one then? Isn't it not dangerous? Only if you do this kind of stuff on a daily basis without it, you're going only for a single trip, and back. Besides, I was intrigued to see how silly you would look. This is so unfair. That's the Twilight Highway for you. Or, well, part of it. Truth be told, sometimes we stumble upon unusual stuff, but rarely so. More unusual than the folks in the distance? Those aren't anything unusual. Huh? Unusual stuff is often so bizarre that years later you question if your memories haven't turned into a simple delusion by that point. One of those unusual things will always stay fresh in your memory though. Well, you gonna follow up? Oh, sorry, I better leave that story for later. Oh, come on, you can't just stop now, right after saying it's even stranger than those fellows on the highway. Not in, but in between. Huh? It's pretty much widely accepted that the silhouettes seen in the distance of the Twilight Highway are peaks to the stuff located in between both entrances. The hypothesis also explains why they shift in such a wild manner. With so much space condensed into one and minimal details, the similar looking things seem to transform into another. Wait, it's still a hypothesis? Well, as you yourself are able to see, it's not really possible to capture those silhouettes on the camera, be it photo or video. So yeah, hypothesis is the best they have so far. To be fair, there's more ground to it, even if it's so much of what we can see is condensed. Things like flora, fauna, architecture, and such tend to be really prevalent across large territories. That and the ocean. Seeing the roads that cross the ocean have, well, mostly ocean in them, helped a lot with coming to this conclusion. If you want, I can give you some nice scientific journals on the topic. Is everything they have as bonkers as what you just told me? Well, for one, I tell you how there's even a road in the Twilight Highway, despite the fact that the only way to safely traverse is by car, which needed at least some kind of road. Wait, how did they put roads there? You know what? Whatever. My head is exploding as it is. On the other notes, where are we even? Onjishville Trail. Small number of roads that include a dozen or so less frequently used connections. Less frequently? Why? Unless your destination is a small town like ours, there are better roads than this one. Relaxing though. But By the time of day, I should figure we jumped into a different time zone. Yep, almost 5 p.m. over here, 2 hours to the west. Damn, wait. Is it then possible to travel this thing around the world in such a way so that it'll always be daytime for you? If you were to make good routes, then yes, very much so. Though more often these time zones jumps just screw with my sleep schedule. Like it wasn't already screwed up enough? Yeah. Okay, let's make a stop over there. Not like I had any specific destination in mind. Jeez, I was like, it feels like we're going a bit over the 30-minute mark for chapter 2. Yeah, but wait, can you get us to Volschanz? The shortest routes include about 6 connections, with a bunch of empty space in between. If I were to guess, it would take at least 8 jumps to get there. Well, maybe another time. We'll see, buddy. Okay, now let's rearrange the interior a bit. Give me those bags, lower back seats, and open the back door. How'd you even manage to fit everything other than your garbage there? I'm very good at Tetris. So what? Is this how you spend your free time away from home? Find a nice view, and just chill near it? Sometimes. Want some warm, regular tea? Hope that's not mango. Forced berries. Ooh, nice. Looking back on today, or any day when we met after not seeing each other for a while, really? I always stress myself out too much how things might have changed. How we might have changed. But then I meet you again, and stuff like this feels right. Not like we haven't changed, at the very least in terms of haircuts. It's not like we haven't changed. But I don't know, it feels comforting. Man, you can be so sappy sometimes. You're aware of it, right? But, you know, a nice sappy. Do you want to remember how sappy you were during the Lunar Eclipse Festival of my graduation year? Hey, you promised not to mention it. Okay. Huh. Do you ever feel like the moon is about to fall on us? Metaphorically or literally? A little bit of both, really. Certain days, I feel like my life is about to cut short. And whatever I think the way I should go, for some reason, it's the moon. Falling. Destroying everything and everyone in love with me. Well, if that is actually how you would go, I'd have to congratulate you. You might outlive civilization itself. Steal your title of Odie. Dude, I'm younger than you by almost a year. If I'm old, then so are you. And yet, somehow, it doesn't work out that way. Does it? I don't know. It's just as if everything and everyone is rushing past me. And then, there's me, doing my own thing. In the day, I was so precise, determined. The whole drifter thing was an outlet for me. The way to rebel against the world. Now, just another part of it. A rebel against oneself. You know what the problem with growing up? Hit me with your empathy of yours, Epiphany. All those books and movies watched and read, written by folks who either go through crap, trying to sort everything out along the way, or smartasses who are abstract idea of understanding and want others to think the same way. So we eat up all those kiddos and think about our adult life would be that way. So we eat all that up as kiddos. All that complicated, dramatized, highly conceptual stuff. And then it isn't. And when it isn't, we just feel empty. Could use a comma there. We wait, even for bad stuff that can never come. Conclusion? Well, the logical thing that first comes to mind would be to try and apply the lessons we learned from fictional scenarios while not forgetting to also contextualize them within our own lives. But I take it's not what you have in mind? Nah, we just have to stop thinking. Is that really what you come up with? Eh, you're doing it again. Turn off your brain box and chill. Feel the fog around us, sound of the wind through the leaves. Sure, whatever. Now you're talking my language. You know, it's been a really nice change of pace for me. As good as getting out of college was, it was also stressful, so I figured out everything that came with moving. A lot of times passed since, I felt as lonely as I was in the past month. Having you by my side today means a lot to me. In a way, it is the beginning of a new era, both of us back in town. We wanted to escape so much as teens. What do you think is waiting for us? I mean, does it really matter? Right now, we're here, enjoying a nice day that already finished its waiting. That already finished. Should we be so rude as to not think it? As rarely as it happens, you have a point. Oh, if it's a game you want to play, then okay, Weaselface, come here. Time for a photo. Dude, you know I hate taking photos. It do be like that. More reasons for me to take one, isn't it? Say cheese. You're a jerk. End of chapter 02. Okay, a bit more than 30 minutes, but still, it do be like that. Would you be interested? Sure, but I'll quick read. Yeah, 30 minutes to nearly a year. Sorry, I'm not actually reading this. Like, I was kind of mumbling it before, but it's not reading it as, like, out loud, because, like, my vocal cords. I need a quick break and maybe a hot cuppa. You know, it would be interesting to do visual novels with commentary. Like, this is just, you know, how is this person's development structure and who's been working on stuff. But then also it's like, it would be interesting to do a visual novel, or maybe it's like, hey, you've read it before, but then it's like, it would play the scene kind of in a way where people would move and stuff, or, you know, stuff. And, you know, it'd be whether or not you've already, like, looked at it prior, and it'd be like, this scene here, where this character confronts this character, is supposed to be like, it would be kind of interesting. Especially for ones that you've, like, are enthralled with. Granted, I have so many visual novels that I'm just like, ah! Nope, click too hard. Yeah, I can mostly read quickly if I just not read it out loud, because I get the gist of it. And not to speak. Damn formatting. Huh. Interesting. That's cracked my neck. Yakuza 0. Another thing that I find interesting about visual novels and stuff like that, like, when it's in development, do they just... How many people start with an idea and go, okay, we're gonna play it along, or how many people are like, okay, here's this idea, start to finish, and then we'll fill it out, so the meat in the middle. If I had to rank this visual novel in terms of other ones as well, it would be on the higher end of the list. Hyena. Wonder when was the last update from this poison. Do. 3 months ago, January 4th. But, oh, that's when the OST is out. First day patch of Chapter 2. Chapter 2 came out in August of last year. 2023, because, I post these things kind of in the future, whoa. Because, let's see, right now, the next one that's going to come out for me, because I've been actually working on this, is No Way Home. And that's number 38 out of all the visual novel quick looks. And this one's going to be 53. Oh, but yeah, almost forgot to do the thing. That's going to be the end of this quick look, so comment, guys. I like comments, don't you like, dislike, tips, as always. If you like me, YouTube, and like to grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos to help it grow, and please remember to expand your animals to help control the pit population. And if you want to play this game, it's available for free on itch.io. They don't have a patron, but maybe sometime soon. But let's see what we're going to do next. I got hiccups. So close this one. Good night with... I also like those bean clothes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 2. Which is Furry Bejeweled again. And Furry Shades of Gay too. I mean, it just do be like that. Now, question. Do I have to open a browser for this, or is it just as it is? Because it do be like that sometimes. We'll just close that other thing voiced. I do like Furry Bejeweled as a visual novel because even though it gives me more work, as to like censor stuff, it makes things easier for me, so I don't have to read as much. And let's see if it works. Maybe I need to put this as full screen. Oh, maybe it's not that. I need to switch it from quick play to... There we go, let's see that. There we go. Yep, this is the next one. Oh, that's gonna make it a bit easier on my poor little throat. It's a big throat. Ooh. Anyways, end of this thing. By the way, if you want me to do the previous game for the for the thing, tell me, I'll add it to the list, but we've already gone all the way through it for, I think, the next year, at least. But, you could give it a point, and I'll just, when the next chapter comes out, dedicated time for that. If you have any other suggestions for visual novels, tell me, and I'll add it to the list. And if you want to play this game, available on Steam for monies. And until next time, another quick look at me. Okay, we'll stick to some other game. I mean this one. Thanks and see ya.